Welcome back to Filter Coffee Football. And we're here to talk about Arsenal versus City. That's me and Karthik today. And we were, I mean, Arsenal fans, both of us, not expecting a win at all, but definitely not expecting the result that we did get. So Arsenal managed to surprise you even when you are absolutely prepared for the worst. So, I mean, I don't know what to do, but let's first start though by giving compliment where compliments are due. Let's talk about the City performance. Absolutely amazing. I mean, you play the opponent in front of you, and they played Arsenal and they did their job to perfection. I mean, Karthik, take it away.
So, City just played like City. They had possession for quite a lot and exceptionally high percentage numbers for possession. They were smart in their small tackles. They were smart in rotating the ball. They were smart in keeping the high press up, especially when Arsenal tried to play it out from the back. They did everything right. I mean, when a club itself is self-destructing, you don't really need to do unsurmountable things to get that right. Correct.
Yeah.
If Arsenal were imploding from the start, I mean, look at the lineup that Arsenal published. City would have been laughing at the very moment they saw the lineup. So they knew that the bar was set way too low, and they just had to turn up for the game. City just turned up for the game. They didn't do anything exceptional or out of the blue or something that you wouldn't have imagined a City side to do. So it was just a normal City performance, which was which was aggravated by, or maybe it looks much bigger because Arsenal were self-destructing. That's all I can say. But kudos to City.
Definitely. I mean, they clearly trying to settle into a new system. Gabby Jesus in his wider role seems to be really settling in. I mean, he wants to be a number 9, but Pep clearly sees him more as a wider option in the team. And so far in the season, he's been fabulous out there. Again, scored a goal, assisted, I think, at least one goal. They really need a striker this season? Maybe for the big matches, but 5 goals in 2 matches back to back. I mean, the Spurs loss just seems so far behind them already. So I mean, they're still amazing, and I think they're just going to keep getting better. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne is not even back in the team yet, and they're still whipping teams around. So I see City just getting stronger and stronger, and this definitely they'll take lots of confidence from this match. And even though you can say that Arsenal is an easy opponent at this point in time, it's still, for the global perspective, everyone still looks at this as a big result. Even though I would say that Norwich played much better than Arsenal played today, people will still say, oh, they thrashed Arsenal, and that's a huge result for City, which, I mean, good for the team morale as well, right? But yeah, one mistake they did have, Ederson on goal. Very, very lucky not to get punished for that. Yes. You wonder what would have happened if that did go in. The match was still poised at 2-0, so it would have been 2-1, and we still had 11 players on the pitch at that point. So, I mean, who knows what would have happened then? But I mean, that's how you become champions, right? You take the opportunities when you get it, and you ride your luck sometimes. So yeah, I mean, kudos to City. Amazing display from them. But yeah, let's get back to the central talking point for today for us. Arsenal's performance. Where do you want to start?
Let's dive straight into the tackle that we were set to do, right? Xhaka dived in for the ball. He went for the ball. Honestly, he went for the ball. If you see the replays, Xhaka goes for the ball. He gets the ball. He's trailing, catches the opponent after. And that too, the City player did not have possession of the ball. So this was not a tackle aimed at the City player's legs. I understand what a full-blooded challenge is. I really understand what a two-footed tackle is. But I think the red card was just something which came out of reputation. This was where reputation preceded logic and sense. And the referee Martin Atkinson, without a shadow of doubt, just brandished a red card because, hey, that's Granit Xhaka. He's the next David Luiz. So here you go. Here's your red card. Get out.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that even on first viewing, it did not seem like a red card offense to me. And even when I watched it on replays, I mean, he's trying to get that second foot off. He went in with both, but you can see him trying to get that second foot out of the way. It wasn't a high boot challenge. It was a genuine attempt to go and get the ball. And I mean, as a referee, you have VAR to help you out. Give the player a yellow card. If it is a red card offense, VAR is going to review it. So I don't know. It was one of those challenges that, you maybe could call it 50-50, but it just did not seem like a red card offense to me. It was far the way back up in the pitch as well. It was in a transition of a play. There was no malice in the tackle. It was a very unnecessary decision to be made at that point. It did not seem like a red card offense to me whatsoever. I mean, I get behind the Perez tackle, even if that was unintentional. It clearly was in very bad. Like, the outcome could have been horrendous. This was nothing like that. So that definitely affected the game a lot. And again, not saying that Arsenal would have gone on to win the game, but it's not going to help your chances when you're 10 men down against the Premier League, when you're 1 man down against the Premier League champions, right? So definitely not the best day refereeing wise, I feel, for the team. There are also a lot of small tackles here and there which City seemed to get away with, but Arsenal weren't able to get away with, which again, Arsenal fan and me calling them out as a bias, but there is obviously also a tradition of it where Arsenal is known, like, they have a reputation, like you mentioned, of making bad challenges. So obviously, if a City player goes down, there was probably some contact and there is probably a bad tackle in there. Whereas if a City player made a similar challenge, play just seemed to continue at that point. But yeah, moving on, defensive woes. I mean, the match was just so bad, so many openings. Arteta went to a 3 at the back system, with, again, defensive fullbacks as well. So essentially, it was a 5 at the back. He was trying to go on the defensive, trying to see what would happen. There just seemed to be no change in the actual tactics, though. So yeah, what did you think about that?
So again, City played it to their strengths. I'll tell you why. You had a 3 at the back. All 3 of them, I'm not sure, are even half as experienced to like handle a 3 at the back situation. Combine that with contesting against a false 9. So you don't know who's the actual striker. It could be Ferran Torres, it could be Gabriel Jesus, it could be Jack Grealish, it could be Bernardo Silva, it could be Ilkay Gundogan, for all you know. So that's like 5 players who your centre backs don't know is going to rush or come ahead or be the central focal point. And what happened? Your central midfielders or your attackers or whoever is tasked with managing their midfield, they clearly did not communicate with your centre backs to understand, okay, who's going to mark a runner, who's going to block off those passing lines, who's going to stop your third man or fourth man runs coming in late for a cross and to take it. So lack of communication, and then not having someone to like properly target, all of that just played it for City. We just played it to City's strengths.
Yeah, I mean, there were times in the midfield where Arsenal players were closer to each other than they were closer to a City player. Which, I mean, if you're trying to play a high pressure game, that's just not how it's done. And again, no communication. I mean, how does Gundogan get behind the defense? Where is the midfielder marking him? Where is the shout to carry on? Okay, he's in your zone now. Take over from me. Chambers should have won that header. He should know there's a man running in behind him. These are a lot of 101 mistakes. These are like basic errors that are being made. And when you're playing at such a high level against one of the best teams in Europe, not even just the Premier League, obviously you're going to get punished for these kind of errors. I mean, I don't know how you let Ferran Torres get a header inside of your 6-yard box and you have 3 central defenders and none of them get even close to it. Is beyond me. Mentality was another issue. We could not hold on to the ball. There never seemed to be any kind of drive to a pass. There was just ball being shipped forward with the speculation that somebody will get it and maybe do something with it. Nobody seemed to want to take initiative today. They were all kind of just passing the buck around, and not that the buck was with them for the most part anyway. I mean, Arsenal had 19% possession this whole match. New Premier League record low. So the records just keep falling in for Arteta and this Arsenal this season. But there was nothing in this game. There was no positive in this game. This was like Arsenal playing Brentford midweek, but the tables were switched. You never expected that Brentford side to have any hopes of winning that match. You completely expected Arsenal to completely bulldoze over that Brentford West Brom team. Sorry, my bad, West Brom team. This is the exact situation just reversed, where Man City, I mean, anything below a 3-0 would have probably been a bad result for City. It is how this match went. Anything else to add?
Yeah, a couple of comical points. One is between the game and one is after. So the commentator was like, okay, Grealish seems to have nailed down a starting spot at left wing. And I was thinking, oh, are Man City that stupid to spend £100 million on a player who's going to warm the bench? I would really expect some more smartness in the commentary. I know I'm being too salty. My team lost the game, but this is just like basics. I mean, you do get the basics right. City got the basics right. Arsenal and the commentary did not. The second point is Pep Guardiola gassing up Mikel Arteta. He just lost 5-0. You don't tell me that Mikel Arteta has all the qualities to succeed, and he's coming off of like facing mountains and what all and what not. He's just lost 5-0. You could just say that, okay, it was not a great game for them. I hope they'll probably bounce back. I know Mikel personally with my training and whatnot. But you gassing Mikel Arteta is just like playing the Mickey. You're just taking the Mickey out of us right now. We did not want that. We've already been humbled. So probably like stick to your team and just like go.
Yeah. So I mean, that brings us perfectly back to the final point that I'd like to discuss today is 3 matches in, 1 match in the Carabao Cup. Mikel Arteta out?
I would say everyone out. Like, I have a hit list. If I can call it as a hit list. It's not a kill list. It's just a hit list of people, individuals, personalities that I really want out of this club. And one of them right now is Mikel Arteta. And another one of them is Edu. The third is that super agent. I don't even want to take his name. You know his name. I know his name. Most of our audience also knows his name. His player was playing the game today at right wing back. Was he even worth playing? I don't understand. I mean, I have a huge hit list. Now this is me getting on rant mode, but I really have a huge hit list on this team. And the earlier we clear them out, the better for the future of Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah, I get what you're saying in there. And me personally, this sounds horrible coming from my mouth right now, but I don't think Mikel Arteta out. I think I would be very surprised if it goes downhill from here. I mean, our Arsenal relegation candidates, maybe. We are at the bottom of the table right now, so it is in that sort of realm. But I mean, essentially we've only had one really freak result, which was the Brentford game. And again, you have to put that into context where Brentford are just coming back to the Premier League. They have a fabulous home crowd that supported them. First match back, Arsenal didn't have a lot of players coming into the team as well. So again, that one was a freak result, but we never expected to win against Chelsea, never expected to win against City. We did expect to win against West Brom, which we did. We still have players trying to come back into the team right now. And more importantly than anything else, I mean, this transfer season, more than most, we have really bought players for Arteta. So the transfers that you have made have been catered to this one manager. And I feel that at this point, if you're going to get a new manager in, you're just kind of going to undo all of that. So, I mean, the whole spiel that fans talk about, the highest spent, will all be for nothing if we just get a new manager in who just doesn't rate any of the players that have been brought in. So, I feel now that we have Arteta, and now that he kind of has a team that he has more of a hand in, that he should at least get a few more months to do something with it, get the players fit, get them coming back in, and then see where the club goes from there. But yeah, that's my take on there. I say Arteta in for now. But yeah, that was our discussion for the Arsenal Manchester City match today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, and please comment on your thoughts as well as to how we are doing, and anything else you'd like to tell us, anything else you'd like for us to cover. And yeah, thank you so much. Take care and have a good day, guys.
And just before you guys go, just remember, if you don't want more heartbreaks or heartburns, please start watching Arsenal Women's Football Club. They are performing like 10 times better than the men's team. So do me a favor, please watch Arsenal Women, and just keep calm and trust the process.
Definitely. Take care, guys. See ya.
Bye-bye.